If you've ever opened your Notes app, browser, or YouTube history and thought, why am I interested in all of this? And then immediately followed it with, something must be wrong with me. This is for you. Because having too many interests isn't a motivation problem. It's not a focus problem. And it's definitely not a maturity problem. It's a specific way of thinking. Most people are taught that progress comes from narrowing. Pick one thing, commit early, stick to it. So when your mind keeps branching instead of narrowing, it feels like you're falling behind, even when you're learning constantly. Psychologically, people with many interests aren't scattered. They're context driven thinkers. Their brains don't just want skills, they want understanding. They're energized by connecting ideas, not repeating tasks. By learning how things relate, not just how they work in isolation. That's why you might dive deeply into something for months or years, then suddenly feel done, even though you're still good at it. It's not boredom, it's completion. Your mind extracted what it needed for the larger mental map. This is also why being told to just focus feels frustrating instead of helpful. For you, focus doesn't come from exclusion. It comes from integration. The pressure to choose one path often creates anxiety because it forces a decision before the pattern has fully revealed itself. Many multi-interest people learned early to adapt. They noticed nuances. They read situations. They learned by observing rather than following instructions. So their minds stayed flexible. But modern systems don't reward flexibility early on. They reward clarity, specialization, and labels. This creates a quiet identity conflict. You might feel like you're always preparing but never arriving, like you're collecting pieces without knowing what they're for, like everyone else has a path, and you have fragments. This is where the idea of the M-shaped future becomes important. The future isn't built for people who do one thing forever. It's built for people who can go deep, adapt, then go deep again across different domains at different stages of life. The M represents multiple periods of depth, not one lifelong specialization. And psychologically, this is how multi-interest minds already operate. You immerse yourself, you learn deeply, you integrate, then you move on, not because you failed, but because the system changed or your understanding matured. From the outside, this looks unstable. From the inside, it feels intentional, even if you can't fully explain it yet. What looks like inconsistency is often sequenced intelligence. In an M-shaped future, value comes from translation, being able to connect disciplines, bridge perspectives, see problems from multiple angles. That's why people with many interests often struggle with early career advice, but excel later when complexity matters more than credentials. The mistake is thinking you need to eliminate interests. You don't. You need to understand the shape of your curiosity. Instead of asking, what's my one thing? Ask, what kind of problems keep showing up across everything I'm drawn to? That's the through line. Once you see that, the noise settles. You stop feeling scattered. You stop apologizing for evolving. You stop rushing clarity. You realize your mind isn't failing to commit. It's building a map. And in a future that's unpredictable, nonlinear, and constantly changing, the people who can see patterns, not just paths, are the ones who adapt. If this resonates, you're not behind. You're early. And your interests aren't pulling you apart. They're pointing toward a future that finally makes sense for how you think.